This is the second part of making this bowl. I had to leave it to dry enough outside so that now we can trim the bottom of it. So I'm going to place it on the wheel upside down and make sure it is centered. Turn the wheel on. That feels centered. So I'll turn it off, and now I'm going to take a few pieces of clay that I'm going to mold this way, and I'm going to put them around the bowl to hold it in place, putting equal pressure on all sides, first on the board and then against the bowl. I have already felt the inside of my bowl, so I know how much I need to remove roughly, but I do have to be careful so that I don't remove too much and go completely through. So we're going back on, and I'm going to take this tool right here and gently see how my clay is. If it is too wet, I might end up removing too much at one shot and creating gouges. As it is right now, it is kind of wet. So I have to be calm and steady. I am doing this very slow so that it's easier to follow, and also it helps me not to make mistakes. Gentle. And do not move up and down with your tool as the wheel is spinning, because if you do move up and down, you will end up with grooves and ridges. So give enough time for the wheel to complete a full rotation when you're removing material. It is still rather wet, so I don't know if I should keep going or let it dry a little bit tonight under plastic and continue this process tomorrow, which might be the wise thing to do. It cannot be too dry to trim, but at the same time, if it is too wet, it becomes somewhat harder to control. The instructors at PCC also have demos for this, and it's good to watch those demos. They're very instructive, and it's also good to have them right there so that the instructor can show you how to hold your tool. They have a good eye for seeing if people struggle. I'm not going to take very much off of here because I know my bottom is not very thick. So I want to be gentle. Proceed with care and caution. A little bit more pressure. Okay, now I'm going back to my edges. Remove some of that material. And okay, let's not make a 15-minute video with this one. But I think you get the idea. I'm going to gently slide downward, but very gently because the wood is going slow, so I want full rotation on what I'm scraping off so that it's even Steven. Or even Helen. I mean, why be gender biased on this? Even Ellen is just as good. Okay, now go back up here, very gently, remove some more of the material. Do not push too much so that I do not go through. But I definitely okay, I think I'm gonna stop right here for this. So that my video is not too long, I can always come back and deal with it when it's a little bit drier to deal with. It's never good to rush any work. Stop it here. I'm going to put a little signature in there if I can find the tool to do it with. That's pointy enough. And T Hayat. Okay, now I'm going to free it from its base. And voila. So we will work it a bit more later. But for the time being, that is enough. Don't pet the monkey too much. Step by step.